Eddie Doucette along with Dwayne
won the tough river bridge duel today. It's event number 5 with the aerial obstacle course. Let's join Mike Adamley and Greg Lewis in New Zealand. Cincinnati, Ohio, Aaron Pryor getting set to defend his WBA junior welterweight title against Akio Kameda of Japan. Back in Cincinnati, Marv Albert, along with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, we're getting set for Aaron Pryor, who will be defending his WBA junior welterweight title against Akio Kameda of Japan. As we have seen in some of our recent NBC fights, cuts have played a very important factor in determining strategy and determining the outcome, as was the case 2 weeks ago when Frank the Animal Fletcher took on Clint Jackson. Get a closer look at what takes place in the corner. Here's the fight doctor.
Ever since the days of the medieval alchemists, cut men have jealously guarded their secret. But today, all cut men work with the same basic equipment. These gauze pads apply pressure to the cut as soon as a fighter gets to the corner. Then the corner man picks up a Q-tip soaked with adrenaline, which constricts the end arteries and stops the bleeding. Then he applies a powder, bismuth subgallate, to staunch the flow of blood, and on top of that, creating a dam, puts in his own unguent, which has an anticoagulant of his own choosing. Now, these are all legal. The illegal substance is ferric chloride, Monsell's solution, otherwise called dynamite, which cauterizes the tissue and burns the eyes. That's illegal, but boxing cut men sometimes put it in ointment and get by with it because no one understands that this can be put in Vaseline. And finally, the fighter's ready to go home, and the cut man applies the final touch, the Band-Aid, the badge of courage. And no matter how effective these medications, it's still in the hands of a good cut man, and one of the best is Percy Richardson.
The first thing I do is have the fighter to sit down. I'm going to tell Cicchetti to lay still. I'm going to go in, I'm going to apply pressure to the cut. After I apply pressure to the cut, I'm killing that one and I'm coming back and going on up it. Now this is to protect the eye. The first thing I'm going to use would be bismuth subgallate with adrenaline chloride. I'm going to do that and I'm going to continually keep pinching. I'm going to kill that one and throw this down. I'm coming in now with the best there is. I'm coming in now with thrombin. At the same time I'm pinching. After I go away, I kill that one. I'm hitting with the Vaseline with my mixture and go across and I'm moving out.
And cuts may well be a factor here today. Aaron Pryor going against Akio Kameda. It's coming up on NBC Sports World. And we welcome you back to the Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati, Ohio. Marv Albert and the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. We're getting set for Aaron Pryor to defend his WBA Junior Welterweight Championship against Akio Kameda out of Tokyo, Japan. Kameda, record of 17-0, 14 by knockout. Pryor 30-0, 28 by knockout. He stopped his last 22 straight opponents. Set for the ring introduction, so let's go to the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce for you this afternoon one of the outstanding boxers in the world, the WBC lightweight champion of the world, Alexis Arguello.
Alexis Arguello next in line for Aaron Pryor, unless something strange, at least from Pryor's point of view, would take place here this afternoon against Akio Kameda.
Alexis Arguello.
Alexis Arguello, the class of boxing.
And one of the world's most popular champions taking it all in here at ringside.
This afternoon's feature attraction here in Cincinnati. First in the blue corner, the welterweight champion of Japan, weighing 139 1/4 pounds, Akio Kameda. And from Cincinnati, Ohio, in the red corner, the
Pryor. Part of the standing ovation for the hometown hero who is going up against Akio Kameda. Aaron Pryor, who won his title here in Cincinnati in August of 1980, a fourth-round knockout of Antonio Cervantes here at the Coliseum. Aaron recovering from a first-round knockdown. Referee Ernesto Magana. The judges, Luis Garcia, Humberto Hernandez, all from Mexico. Scoring under the WBA rules, 10-point must system, 3-knockdown rule in effect. Mandatory 8-count in effect. The bell cannot save the fighter except in the final round. The WBA has Kameda ranked as the #1 contender in the junior welterweight division, a ranking that has raised many questions. Kameda's last 12 bouts have been in Tokyo, and his opponents have been almost exclusively Japanese. Round 1, and the Hawk Aaron Pryor coming out as expected against Kameda, who will try and box Pryor.
Left-hander, this Japanese contender is cool right now. But Aaron's doing his well-publicized number.
Decisive height advantage for Kameda. Took the right hand. Aaron Pryor then hit down by Kameda. And the referee, Arguello, keeping Pryor away. A mandatory 8-count. This is the third time that Pryor has been surprised and hit to the canvas in an opening round.
He was more off balance than anything else. He was not hurt. Pryor even did a somersault, a little playful somersault. But he took an 8-count nonetheless.
Aaron Pryor was knocked down by Duhan Johnson and by Antonio Cervantes. But in more emphatic fashion, as you say, this accommodation slip and knockout, although he was hit by Kameda.
Kameda is very cool. He's just measuring him. He is not at all flustered. And Aaron Pryor has abandoned that windmilling style a little bit of respect after that knockdown. Kameda looked up at the clock. There's a minute 22.
And again, Kameda able to land on Pryor. Aaron Pryor going against the southpaw for the first time in his professional career, but he said no problem.
Well, he's got a little bit of a problem right now. That was a low blow. Right hand by Kameda right on the cup of Pryor, but apparently not a hard punch. Pryor didn't feel it or complain.
Kameda does have a quick right hook. His best punch, a sharp left. The chin is suspect.
Well, I don't know why they say that since he's never been knocked out or knocked down. However, we do know that he can punch. He's got a big knockout record.
And 30 seconds left of this opening round, scheduled for 15. And Akio Kameda surprising people the way he has handled Pryor for this opening round.
Pryor has abandoned his windmilling style. You'll note that he's gotten down to serious boxing here. He no longer takes Kameda lightly.
And we are final seconds, round 1, a round that saw Pryor go down.
I'm in no shape for...
All right, Ferdy, in a fight full of mystery going in, here is the unexpected with Kameda putting Pryor down in round 1 as we look on round 2 action.
You just can't take your eyes off Aaron Pryor. Pryor's deadly serious now. He is not windmilling at all. But neither is Kameda. Kameda has landed some good counter punches.
To be all right, taking the mandatory 8.
He did not go down like Pryor did. He's saying, okay, he looked down at Bob Arum, Alexis Arguello, and said, okay.
We're 45 seconds in round 2.
Now comes the windmill. Aaron Pryor feels and senses he can put this guy out now. Why take a chance on $1 million? Just Aaron got hammered by a right hand again.
Aaron Pryor calls himself the Hawk because of the way he swoops down on his opponents. Looks to fight 3 minutes of each round. So to Aaron Pryor, it is always Hawk time. And the Hawk in action in the second round after he was put to the canvas in round 1. Kameda going down in the second round. We're halfway through.
Kameda looks like a man that's looking for some order, for some rhyme or reason to fight. He tries to set up the fight normally, and Aaron Pryor's just not that kind of a fighter. He's right on top of you, not letting you set up or give you time to fight your fight. Sometimes when you spend so much time studying tapes of the opponent, you get to waiting for something to happen. It never happens the same way as it does on the tape when you're in there with a buzzsaw.
That is true. Kameda approached this bout in very scientific fashion. Pryor had never seen Kameda fight before today's event.
And Pryor was in a distinct majority with the rest of the nation's boxing experts. No one had seen Kameda fight, but everybody has seen Aaron Pryor fight.
Kameda's last bout, way back in September of '81, a 10-round decision.
I'll tell you one thing.
Fought in about 9 months.
I'll tell you one thing. Kameda is landing his straight left and left hooks right off of Aaron's chin.
And we approach 10 seconds left in the second round. Pryor again taking Kameda, and down he goes. Kameda is able to get right up. The bell cannot save the fighter in a WBA match, and Kameda was able to get up. And it was all right after being knocked down for the second time, the second round.
Kameda could not hear the bell, neither could anybody else hear, and the referee was going to let him come back. The referee signaled he couldn't hear the bell.
This is the last round, Jack.
Here's another look at it as Kameda goes down for the second time in the second round.
This time it was a legitimate knockdown. When he went down, his legs were doing funny numbers. The first time it was more of a Aaron Pryor type of slip, but the second time was a legitimate and strong knockdown.
All right? Move your head. This is the last round, Jack. Move on out.
Kameda trained by Sojo Faijo, one-time WBA featherweight champion. And he was just screaming at Kameda that Pryor is just an amateur. What's going on? And again, Pryor with the right hand and getting very confident.
Very confident.
Oh, and he's fed by the left of Kameda.
Kameda making a battle of this. He slipped.
That's a slip.
That's a slip. That was not a punch. This is getting wild. Aaron Pryor even threw a punch while he was down, which he should not have done. He's losing his head.
30 seconds gone by, round 3. Pryor was put down in the first round. Kameda put down twice in the second and right at the bell. And Kameda again able to land effectively.
Kameda stunned Aaron Pryor into the ropes, but he's recovered well.
Kameda throws Pryor down. That will be no knockdown.
No knockdown, but a terrific time saver. It looks like these seconds are minutes as far as Kameda's concerned because the Hawk is on the attack. There's no question about it. Aaron Pryor's got to be thinking, here I am with this guy that's punching my head off. I better get rid of him fast. And he's right, he better, because there's dynamite here.
Wrestling hold by Pryor, who's had difficulty with that 3-inch height disadvantage.
He's having difficulty. There's no question as to the class of these fighters. Make no mistake, Aaron Pryor's a champion. And Kameda is learning his trade. He's slow, but he sure has got some kind of bomb. He stuns Aaron Pryor with that left hand and then right follow.
Pryor with a wicked right hand to stun Kameda.
And Kameda comes back with a combination. Low punches by Aaron Pryor, more due to the anatomical difference than to intention.
Stop, right.
Referee Ernesto Magana having a very busy opening round. Good exchange.
Kameda in trouble again.
45 seconds left, round 3, and Kameda trying to cover up. Very wobbly.
Kameda just trying to cover up and hold on as the seconds just drag.
And blood flowing out of the right nostril of Kameda.
Kameda's eyes are dazed right now. His legs look like they're made out of rubber.
Right hand by Pryor, left hand. Kameda looking to hold on and is able to remain on his feet.
Boy, no shortage of courage from Kameda. When he lacks in experience, he makes up in guts because he should have gone down. 11 seconds.
Final seconds of the round and Kameda down. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1 second remaining and Kameda back on his feet. So again, Kameda is put down at the end of the round. Third time he's gone down. We'll be back with round 4 in a moment.
When I found out how affordable.
Aaron Pryor putting Akio Kameda down twice in round 3. Put him down at the end of round 2. Pryor went down in round 1. As we move on to the 4th round. And Pryor right on top of Kameda.
Boy, he did not wait to start this round. He wants to get out of Cincinnati on the 4th of July.
Kameda's legs are bye-bye at this point.
His legs are doing tricks on him. He's still sharp as far as punching is concerned. Aaron just throws caution to the wind. He can't do that against a good fighter like Alexis Arguello. He would pay and pay dearly for that. First body shot of the fight just about by Aaron Pryor. Aaron just hunting away for that big punch. Kameda woefully slow. The experience is half again as much as Aaron Pryor. Bravery you come to expect from Japanese fighters. Man has had 17 fights and he is showing 17 fights worth of experience against a great champion. He can't last much longer now. The assault is fierce.
Just under 2 minutes remaining in round 4. And now Pryor winding up and throwing and looking more and more confident.
Kameda always looking for that one bomb. He just won't quit. What a heart.
Halfway through round 4. Right hand and Kameda again sent to the ropes.
Kameda just won't quit. He should quit. By all reason, he should quit. He's been getting hit with everything.
We approach a minute left in this 4th round. We're live from Cincinnati. Marv Albert and the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. Aaron Pryor in the 5th defense of his junior welterweight title, looking to end it against Akio Kameda.
Still keeps fighting back just when it looks like the referee can step in and stop it. He fights back. And trouble in Cincinnati if it keeps on going and Aaron Pryor winds down because Aaron has been on a high for 4 rounds now. He must be wondering what in the world does it take.
Pryor has lost the sting in his punches here in this 4th round.
If he would take his time and just measure him with a good punch, he could put him away. He's been...
And Pryor hitting on the break. So we come to the end of this 4th round.
17.
And we're on to round Kameda has been put down 3 times by Aaron Pryor. We have Alexis Arguello, who is next in line for Pryor, sitting with us at ringside. Alexis, you surprised by the gameness of Kameda?
Well, the Japanese guy has been receiving a lot of punches, and Pryor has been putting a lot of pressure on him. That's the way we'll all know the way Pryor fights, and he's fighting really good, a smart fight, because he's making pressure on him, because the Japanese is taller, is bigger than Pryor. That's the good way to fight for Pryor.
Bertie, I cannot see Pryor coming out in this manner, though, against Arguello.
It's a completely different... Oh, there's a butt. There's a butt. Pryor shaking his head like saying, no, it's a butt. I don't see that there's any blood. It doesn't look like any cut. Pryor showboating some.
He threw a deke, as they say in hockey terminology, at Kameda. Alexis Arguello, I think you would welcome Pryor opening up in windmill fashion against you.
Well, I don't think he will fight the same way he's fighting right now, because I will make my own plan, and I will be a better distance. I will keep the full distance to make my own plan and a fighting plan.
I see blood on the shoulder. Kameda must have come off of the eye after that butt with Pryor. That makes Pryor a little bit mad. He doesn't want to get any cuts if he can help it.
Pryor is cutting above his
right eye.
Right eye.
That happened in the butt at the beginning of this round.
Yes.
And if it gets worse and gets bad, it could affect his fight with you.
A minute remaining in this 5th round. Aaron Pryor was sent to the canvas in round 1. Akio Kameda of Japan has been put down 3 times.
Aaron is much quieter this round than before. Something's bothering him. His eye is bothering him considerably, apparently. He's been blinking. He's been looking up. Right now, Kameda is fighting a much more intelligent fight, trying to keep out of those punches. Again,
landing the combination.
Again, Kameda in trouble. You look like if Aaron Pryor could throw 2 punches together, he would put him down.
But Pryor not throwing what he was able to throw the first 2 rounds.
Kameda looking up at the clock.
This is my moving on Kameda.
And we are final seconds. Round 5. We'll be right back. In Cincinnati, round 6, and Akio Kameda, a law school graduate, did not begin boxing until his senior year in high school in Japan, surprising a lot of people. He was not well respected going in. He's taken a hammering. He's been put down 3 times, but as this fight progresses... All right, warning by the referee, Ernesto Magana, for the push by Pryor.
Pryor apparently serious right now. He wants this over with. He's got a cut on his eye. He can't afford for it to get worse.
Bertie has to be concerned also if the fight continues. Kameda put down once again.
This wasn't really a put down. It was a squat down. He has not touched the canvas with either his gloves or his rear end. He squatted down because he was getting hit on top of the head.
And took the mandatory 8. Oh, a good right hand by Pryor. Has Kameda in trouble. And again, he's put down. That time Pryor may have guided Kameda down. So officially, that's the 5th time that he's gone down. And he says he's all right.
Only this time he's got a long way to go.
Minute 50 left. And that's it. 150 left. Round 6. And the referee, Magana, calls it. It's a TKO for Aaron Pryor. In round 6. The referee, Ernesto Magana, felt that was enough. Akio Kameda taking the right. The follow-up. Guided down by Pryor. And that is the story. Aaron Aaron Pryor successfully defending his WBA Junior Welterweight Championship.
Oh, everywhere I go.
Back at Riverfront, Cincinnati, Ohio, Marv Albert and Ferdy Pacheco. Let's go to the ring for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by knockout, 1 minute 13 seconds of round number 5. WBA Junior World Welterweight Champion, Aaron Pryor.
So Aaron the Hawk Pryor successfully defending in his hometown of Cincinnati. He put Akio Kameda down 5 times. And finally the bout was stopped by the referee Ernesto Magana. As you heard the time, 1 minute and 15, the official time. Ferdy is all set with the champion. Let's go to the ring.
Aaron, congratulations. I'm sure you didn't expect that much toughness from this Japanese contender.
Well, he was ranked #1 in the world. That made him a great contender. They hit him in Japan. They knew he was fighting. They got him in the best shape of his life. Thank God I was in the best shape of my life. I got buttered 3 times. But that's what happened in boxing. That's what boxing is all about. You see the fight hard come out of me when I knew that my life was in the stake.
All right.
Because if I didn't win that fight I couldn't get what I want. And you know what I want. I've been asking for him for the last 2 years. And that's Leonard and Arguello, and I think I got Arguello. He signed the line, so I'm just waiting.
All right.
Just
now
so I touch it, what I'm going to do to him.
I'm sure everybody wants to know, that first knockdown looked like you did a somersault like you were kidding around.
That's all it was. Well, you know, he's a southpaw. He's an unorthodox southpaw, and I was off balance a little bit, and I played it off to let him know that it wasn't nothing but an off punch. That's all.
Right. Now, you look like you got really down to business and serious when you got cut. Looks like he made you mad when you got cut.
Right.
Did you get right down to business right after that? Looks like you really went into it.
Yeah, I felt like it was time to go into business then because I knew that Arguello was looking at me, and I want him bad, you know. And they already, Bob Aaron signed for the fight. I signed already. You think you saw something today? God don't know, and he don't know. I want him. Arguello, you mine, sucker.
All right.
You're watching me. You mine.
Would you have considered this a mismatch after you saw what this Japanese guy brought to you over 5 rounds?
No, I didn't consider it a mismatch. I feel it was a good test for me because Arguello is tall and lanky, and I needed to fight somebody tall like that. I wanted to know how close I can get to a guy to knock him out, and this fight showed me a lot. I want that Arguello so bad. Is he here? I know he was out there somewhere. I couldn't see him. What did?
Here's Alexis Arguello.
I'm going to pay you back for Boom Boom Mancini. Boy, I'm so glad you signed. It ain't funny. You going to fight a man this time. I'm a man. You fought that young 19-year-old
God bless you. God bless you. I know you are a man and you are a good boxer.
Thank you. You are too. You're
good luck.
Fighter.
Good luck.
You're a but see, I'm just like Durant. I was born with no shoes on. And raised up with no shoes on. So this fight is going to pay for it.
The same happened to me.
And so, in the midst of all this challenging, we go down to the relative tranquility of Marv Albert at ringside.
All right, Ferdy, interesting how Alexis Arguello can calm the situation down with his low-key personality. Still to come here on Sports World, we'll have more boxing. But right now, let's go to NBC News at Edward Air Force Base for a special report.
Approaching the coast, Mach 4.7.
And back in Cincinnati, Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. You are watching Aaron Pryor in the process of stopping Akio Kameda of Japan. The official time, 1:44 of round 6. Pryor successfully defending his WBA Junior Welterweight Championship. As we said, more boxing upcoming as we reflect back 2 weeks ago in Atlantic City, New Jersey, a 10-round welterweight bout featuring youngsters Calvin Porter, Pete Seward, and we pick it up with round 6.